Hi there, it's Wendy Hernandez, attorney and creator of Command the Courtroom. Today I want to talk with you about all or nothing thinking in your case. I just finished a trial last week, and I had hoped going into the case that I could help my client settle all of the issues. And the case was a divorce case. The main issue was decision making, also known as custody and parenting time of the party's son. But also, as part of the case, there were a lot of financial issues and, of course, child support. Um, Going into the case, it seemed like my client would be pretty flexible, but as time went on, he developed a case, or maybe he'd had a case of all or nothing thinking. And what that looked like was he refused to consider any settlement offer if any part of it wasn't in line with what he wanted to achieve in the case. So the other side extended a bunch of offers to him throughout the lifespan of the case. And keep in mind that I came in probably at the tail end of the case. There had been another attorney involved for the first part of the case. So when all of these offers came in, my client's repeated response to each of them was no, or just silence. And some of those offers were actually pretty good offers. And my client had some pretty reasonable positions as it pertained to decision making and parenting time of the party's son. But if there was one term that he didn't like or didn't agree with, then what he did was he said no to everything. So what ended up happening is that we went to trial on pretty much all of the issues. We couldn't reach terms of settlement on anything. And my client won on a few of the less major issues, but on the major issues that he was most concerned about, he didn't end up getting what he wanted. And that's a risk that people take, and they should always be aware that they're taking that risk when they go to trial. But the really difficult thing, I think, at the end for my client was the fact that the judge found him to be unreasonable. The judge thought that the case could have been settled long before. The judge found that the offers that had been extended were reasonable. And what the judge ended up doing was saying to my client, you're going to pay some of the other parties' attorney's fees and costs, because this should have and could have been done a long time ago. Now, there's parts of the judge's rationale that, of course, we don't agree with, because my client didn't agree with the proposals regarding parenting time and decision making. So regardless, my client feels like he would have ended up in trial anyway, because he wasn't getting what he thought he was entitled to from the other side. However, on some of the less major issues, some of the financial issues, the judge was probably right. Those things could have and should have been settled. They would have streamlined the presentation for the judge at trial. They would have narrowed the issue. They would have required less time of the judge in the courtroom, required less preparation and just pretrial time. So as you go through your case, don't develop this all or nothing thinking. Be open to letting go of some of the things that are less important to you or less important in the case. And, everything is important. I understand if you're going through a divorce or you're going through a custody battle, probably everything is important to you. But chances are, if you go to trial, you're not going to get everything that you want. So really dig deep and figure out what the most important things are, and then figure out with those things that are not as important, how you can let go of some of them or compromise on some of them to hopefully get a result that serves your interest and the interest of the child long term. Remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube so you can get weekly updates. Head over to commandthecourtroom.com to check out the free best interest checklist if you haven't already, and the other goodies that can help you as you navigate through your case. But until next week, remember to keep on trucking and command the courtroom.